Hey you all, so I know I'm looking crazy, but I was sitting here preparing, for bed, and I just watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on my DVR. Because last night I watched Divas, which I wish I wouldn't have. That Amy Winehouse tribute, are you kidding me? My subscribers, long time, know that I love Amy Winehouse and was like really distraught after her death. And that tribute like really angered me. It was terrible. But anywho, so I was watching that and missed many of my Monday night shows. And I just wanted to, after watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, this was heavy on my heart. Okay. And I think I've touched on this before. But when you're in a relationship, if you have some issues in your relationship, okay, you need to keep them to yourself. Okay, keep them to yourself, or talk to a counselor, or if you have some type of spiritual advisor, something of that nature, but do not involve your friends. Okay, and I have been guilty of this. I've talked to friends about, my significant other plenty of times. I even had a friend do a drive-by. I'm not talking about a shooting drive-by, but a friend drive by the guy that I was dating's house to see if somebody was there. Like, I mean, seriously. And it's crazy because if you've told your friends all these bad things about your mate, and then you end up forgiving your mate and moving on, your friends are still mad. And I mean, this with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Taylor has told all of the girls all this stuff about her husband. He beats her, yada yada yada. And now they're in counseling. Well, of course, he's deceased now. He committed suicide, which is very unfortunate. So, the season that's showing now was taped previously. So, they had made up, kissing, been on trips to kind of reignite the flame. Everything's all good, but your friends are left with the discord because you've involved them in your relationship. And now, but see, the issue with Taylor is she's playing both sides. She's telling her friends, then she's running and telling her husband what her friends said, but those things were said because of what she told them. So it's like, if Russell should have been mad at anybody, he should have been mad at Taylor, because she was the one telling her friends things about their marriage. If she would have never told her friends those things, they would have had nothing to say about him because they wouldn't have known anything, because he never exhibited any of those behaviors around them. So the only way that they knew was because she told them. But instead of him being upset with her, he projected it onto her friends. And so now your friends are in a difficult spot because your mate knows what you've told them, and they know your mate knows that you've told what they said, but it was based on what you said. And so now it's like a very uncomfortable situation. But now I never did that. I didn't go that far. If my friend said something about my significant other, I didn't repeat it to him. I just think that's ridiculous. But, I had in the past, told friends about things going on, and I think it really can lead to trouble, especially, like I said, if you get past it, and you may have gotten past it, but your friends haven't gotten past it. So now it's an uncomfortable situation because your friends know that your man has done these things to you, and they have to be around him, or whatever, or they see you two together, and it's like in the back of their mind, they're thinking, oh, he just called her all kind of B's and, whatever, and now I have to say hello, or play nice. And I mean, it just leaves people in a really weird space. And so that's why I just feel, to alleviate all of that, any of your problems, keep them to yourself. Like I said, if not, speak to a professional, you know, or a spiritual advisor, you know, or whatever. Make it someone outside of your circle, because it can just create a real mess. Because your friends, if they're your true friends, they care about you, and anyone that hurts you indirectly, your friends feel hurt as well, you know. And so it's just a really bad situation. And you know, I've come to learn this, you know, from experience, and also seeing it unfold on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, how bad it can turn out, you know, when you have that situation, when you're involving your friends in your relationship. And I mean, of course, sometimes it's hard to hold stuff in, you know, when somebody, your mate has pissed you off, you just, you know, you just gotta you want to let off some steam, but you have to be very careful. And, you know, looking crazy and all, I just wanted to, you know, come and give that message, because I know a lot of us do it, especially females. A lot of us, you know, confide in our friends about what's going on in our personal lives. And I just really think that we have to take a step back from that, especially when it's about negativity, because it can really cause problems. So Love and Hip Hop played out on there as well. You know, Emily has let them know, you know, all the triflingness that Fab has done to her, and now she's entertaining him again, and her friends are like, why are you even giving him the time of day? You know, so it makes it weird for the person who is considering the relationship or rekindling or whatever, because they know their friends aren't that fond of the man because of the things that they've told their friends. And so, you know, they may push their friends away. You know, I've been in that situation where I was on the side of being pushed away because my friend had told me, you know, so much stuff about her boyfriend, and he was actually physically aggressive and abusive to her. And so I couldn't stand them. And so, you know, they broke up, and then they ended up getting back together, and she alienated me, because she knew that I knew, because she told me, but she decided to get back with him, and she knew that I did not approve of him at all. And so she didn't want to be in that weird space. So instead of leaving him alone, you know, she separated herself from me. So, but like I said, to completely keep that from happening, just keep your problems with your man to yourself.